So we will start by creating a basic application which will have one sender called as publisher and one receiver called as consumer. Through this tutorial we will be using .NET Core. So let's start by creating a project for publisher. We will create a console application. We have to add a NuGet dependency. Search for RabbitMQ.client by VMware. This library is required to communicate to RabbitMQ server which we have installed earlier. So after adding NuGet, we will start by using basic functions to communicate to RabbitMQ and send messages to queue. Let's create a static property which will hold queue name for our application. Let's say queue1. To start we have to use Connection Factory class to create a new object. Connection Factory outputs host name. Since RabbitMQ is running in our local system, we will give host name as localhost. For production or staging servers, we can use these values from config or some key vaults. Using factory variable, let's create a connection. To do so, we need to call a method createConnection using factory variable. Using connection variable, let's create a model. To achieve that, call createModel method using connection variable. First step is to declare a queue. For that, call queueDeclare method using model object. QDecalra method accepts queue name. Durable. Exclusive. Auto-delete. Arguments. We will learn all these in upcoming videos. For now we will just set some default values to those. Remember to assign queue name properly. Now let's form the message string which will hold the message to be sent via RabbitMQ server. Hello from sender. Encode the message into sequence of bytes using encoding.utf8.getBytes method. Now we can send the message using basic publish method by using model object. Basic publish method requires exchange param which we will empty for now. Routing key which is equal to queue name. If you don't set, messages will not reach us to queue. Basic properties, which we will keep null for now. And body which we just encode in above line. When this is done, message will be waiting in queue to be consumed by some receiver. Now just print some message in console. So now our sender project and completed and is ready to send the message to the queue. Now let's code for receiver as well. You should have same NuGet dependency added to this project as well. Let's paste the same code from sender and then we will remove code which are not required for receiver. We need to declare the queue. Now we need to create a consumer object which is of type eventing basic consumer. We need to pass model in constructor. After that we need to register our event which has to be fired on each receive message event. Since server will keep pushing the message asynchronously, we need to provide a callback. Eventing basic consumer class has declared event for received event. There are other events as well which we learn as we grow with this tutorial. Let's create event handler. What should happen when we receive messages? First convert the body to array. We will decode the message. Since we have encoded while sending, let's do that by using getStraying method. Now just print the message to console. Now since we have successfully created our consumer event, we have to call something to register ourselves with Q. We will use basic consume method. We will send Q name from where we need to receive the messages. And auto acknowledgement to true. And consumer which we just created. Finally, our application is ready to receive the messages from RabbitMQ. Let's run receiver first. I have two Visual Studio instances running. We will run both projects in two different console, so that we can see sender, sending the message, and receiver, receiving the messages. Meanwhile, let open sender and put breakpoint. Run sender as well. Yes. It reaches to breakpoint. Now let release this and observe console window. It printed message sent, which means message is sent without any issues. Let's switch to receiver window as well. It already printed the sent message from sender. It shows that our both application are communicating with each other. Hope you guys understood the basic concepts. Please put your queries in comment section. See you in next video where I will explain in depth. Thank you guys.